Now let's take a look at the second of our free and open source toolkits for Windows Phone development, the Coding4Fun tools. You can download both the binary and the source code for Coding4Fun toolkit from coding4fun.codeplex.com. Now let's go take a look at this in Visual Studio. You can see there's everything from chat bubble to new color pickers to Metro Flow to new message prompts, all the way down to new toggle buttons and new toast and progress overlays. Anything that you could want to spruce up your app to make it look more visually compelling. So let's fire this up in the emulator and take a look at these things in action. So we've got 3 different color pickers. This is a nice color hexagon. As you move around the square, you can see down here at the bottom of the screen the actual color changes. There's an actual color picker, so you can literally move this around the screen like this and pick exactly the color that you want. And there's a set of sliders. There's also a bunch of additional buttons, which are very nice. You can use them in your apps. And they also work on colored backgrounds. They have a control here called Metro Flow, which allows you to switch pictures like this or like this. Of course, the images can be larger than this. This just happens to be the sample version. They have what they call the super slider, so you can have a slider that's very continuous or a slider that actually has discrete steps. If you're doing integers, you don't need 6.008771928. There's a time span control, so you can say, I need this for 31 minutes, which is different. Of course, the duration is different than an actual time, so that's very useful in a lot of applications. And there's chat bubbles, which will allow you to build a text messaging app. And they have bubble arrows that can show up on any place that you want. You can obviously change colors and so forth. And they have a very nice built-in about control. We've built a full about page in all of our apps because we wanted to include a number of additional buttons and functionality on them. But here you can actually just create additional about boxes with a very small amount of code. And there's additional binding capabilities and overlays and additional prompt capability that allows you to create things up here in the top to make it look like System Toast. Again, a great collection of all kinds of additional controls that you can use in your apps. Like here we talked about before about using either message box or the gamer services message box. Here's yet another kind of message box in which you can actually have icons and, of course, change the text to whatever you want. And that's it for the Coding4Fun Windows Toolkit overview. I highly suggest you download this and go through all these different samples. I'm sure you'll find something that'll be useful for you in building your apps.